Hello everyone, just a slight disclaimer as always before watching this video. This video is based off the Amazing Digital Circus pilot, teasers, and other sources, so the majority of this is just pure speculation, so take this video with a grain of salt, and if you like what you see here, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you. The Amazing Digital Circus has been praised for many things, most of which is deserved. Among these things is the incredible hidden lore that theorists are still running around like headless chickens trying to figure out. Though, what if I told you I have a theory that not only explains how and why everyone is here, but puts the final nail in the coffin that is the Cain and Abel and the religious allegories theory. For now, let's look at the start of the show, Pomni. In the original teaser for Glitch's New Era, Pomni is introduced to us to be this incredibly confused and freaked out character.
Four. Don't worry, my dear! You won't even die horribly!
In the pilot, we follow Pomni on her first day, which goes south faster than the content bombs that spawn from the pilot's success. In terms of personality, she's more or less a trauma-induced coward with anxiety and stress problems. Or Kobeni if you made her put on a jester costume. Speaking of which, her character is a jester with a half-red, half-blue color scheme. If you know anything about jesters, they are meant to make fools of themselves for others' entertainment. Remember that for later. Pomni is often criticized as being selfish for abandoning Ragatha, which I don't necessarily disagree with, but I feel as though this moment should be elaborated on. You see, after the extractive Kaufmo attacked, Ragatha was a glitchy mess and in a lot of pain. She asked Pomni to find Cain for her.
It's okay! What you need to do right now is find Cain! He'll be able to fix me up and take care of Kaufmo!
Pomni then goes on the search for Cain, but ends up running into Kaufmo. After Pomni loses Kaufmo, she happens to stumble across the exit. With some hesitation, she enters. To Pomni's credit, she did go out of her way to help Ragatha, but when the opportunity presented itself, she bailed. So it's not like Pomni didn't try, but she certainly left Ragatha out to dry. This gives us insight into whom Pomni was before becoming a digital castaway. This isn't the first time we see Pomni try to jump ship. From the moment she arrived and things started to get a bit too freaky, she darted for the exit. Taking this into account, we can get a picture of what Pomni was like. We already know that Pomni displays struggles with stress and anxiety, so what if you happen to give her a job where she's probably under that constant pressure? The outcome isn't going to be pretty. Despite the workload, people could have possibly looked to Pomni for guidance or help. The trust people gave her didn't help and only made her more stressed out. When a new opportunity arises though, a promotion, a new area of work, or maybe even a raise, Pomni took said chance. In short, whenever things looked rough or Pomni couldn't handle the stress, she would bail out to another position, leaving everyone else to sink with the ship. Time after time, she'd go to and from opportunity, ultimately driving her crazy and giving herself a bad reputation. But how bad of a reputation? Remember that jester comment I made earlier? Well, character designs in this series are unintentional, as they correlate with the characteristics of said character. Gango is gentle, Ragatha is poor, King is the creator, and Zubul is a piece of abstract art. Pomni? Well, her design reflects on how people look at her. As a joke. A fool. But is this perspective the reason why she was brought here? No. We aren't exactly aware of if these characterly tendencies were ever a problem to CNA. Maybe to CNA, Pomni was just speedrunning the totem pole, and so they accidentally brought her here as a reward. Or maybe her cowardly tendencies were viewed as a problem. This, ladies and gentlemen, is where the Cain and Abel theory falls apart. My theory for Pomni's past does a neat job explaining why at every door Pomni opens, she starts to go more and more insane. Yet with this reasoning I just gave, the whole CNA theory is put into jeopardy. My color theory doesn't help either, as her color scheme is a 50-50 split between red and blue. You can both say that she is both guilty and innocent, but it's usually one or the other. So Pomni's an outlier, but does that doesn't mean that the entire theory is wrong, right? Well, it kinda is. For some characters like Angle, Kinger, and Jax, this theory does work, as both their color and their behavior can be put into a category. But for others, it can't work. Zubul denies the color theory entirely. Pomni sitting on the fence, and Raghafa's personality and design contradict one another. This is why the Cain and Abel theory can't work. Let alone my whole it's either promotion or demotion is the only way I can explain why Raghafa is here. On that note, let's also debunk some of the film theorists' biblical allegories, shall we? While I have referred to the digital circus as digital heck, the same problem emerges when we account for the outliers behind the same logic. The only reason why it fits this idea is because of Jax. And no duh why. Kinger, sure he created it. Zubul, she's a bit angsty and annoying. Pomni, she's selfish, sure. But Raghafa once again contradicts this theory. Sure, she's no saint, but is this really worth condemning? And Gangle. Well, she doesn't do anything wrong. Heck, she was one of the only characters concerned about Zubul.
Mine?
What about Zubul?
The only reason why CNA could condemn her here is because she's slightly incompetent. Say it again, slightly incompetent. Is that really so bad that she would be condemned to digital hell? No, it isn't. I want to be debunking my own theory or the film theorist theory if I didn't have a solution that could resolve both issues of said theories. So, what if there's a rule at CNA so strict that there was no workarounds for anyone, and if said rule was broken, the punishment would be digital banishment? I present to you the no witnesses theory. Think about it. If one of your employees or founders got stuck inside the game with no way of getting said person out, would that not be considered kidnapping or possibly even murder? So CNA would obviously keep the computer that the Digital Circus was running on out of sight for both the safety of their employees and to save their own hides. But if someone accidentally stumbled upon it, then you would have a problem. You don't know who can be trusted with this info or who is going to take it to the press. As such, regardless of stature, personality, or position, CNA would have to banish them. This not only explains how Raghafa and Jax are not only in the same place, but for the same reasons. This also explains why Pomni snaps at the sight of the computer. It's why she's here. It's why everyone, excluding King and Queenie, is here. Even before I made my own Cain and Abel theory, I didn't like the fact that both the story was put out of biblical context, people didn't do a good job of actually explaining the story to those who weren't familiar, and how there's no actual explanation for said theory to back up the claim, so I'm glad I can finally debunk it. The same can also be said for whatever the heck this was supposed to mean. I admire film theory, but the whole Pomni is Jesus allegory is kinda dumb. If you ask me, Pomni's whole arc would be more or less centered around the 5 stages of grief, with the pilot being centered around denial.
Oh, okay, now I get it! This is a dream, and I should just play along until I wake up, right?
Whatever you say, kid.
Also, are you comfortable with this being a parallel to the Messiah?
Just a little further.
Don't cry, Pomni. Express your feelings through branded headwear instead.
There are once again no comments. Yay. I'll still continue with the secret words though. Today's secret word is #GoodbyeCNA. If you like this video, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.